right, video number 2. So it is a bright, sunny, beautiful day in Buffalo, New York, and it's February, so we will certainly take it. Today I wanted to show you how we use wood chips in our worm farming operation. And it took us a little while to learn that wood chips were really the best thing for us to be using. When we started off with our worm farm, we were using shredded paper, shredded cardboard, sometimes we put some leaves in there, and then we'd put banana peels and old fruits and vegetables in a bin. Really didn't work out too well for us. The worms didn't seem to like it. They certainly weren't reproducing the way that we wanted them to. When we switched to wood chips, we had much more success, and so we've stuck with that. The other thing too is a lot of successful worm farms are using manure, either aged cow manure or aged horse manure. We really wanted to avoid that here for a couple reasons. The first reason is that I often have my kids working here, and I didn't really want them handling manure on a regular basis. And the second thing is, as far as the worm castings themselves, I didn't want to have any manure in my worm castings. So when I'm selling to my customers, I like to be able to tell them, hey, you know, these worm castings are actually pretty much vegetarian. You know, there's nothing in here that you have to worry about handling or worry about contamination or disease or anything like that. So wood chips are great for a bunch of different reasons. The most important reason to me is that they're free. We get wood chips free from a local municipality. I have a couple of friends that work there, and they are kind enough to just drop the wood chips off to me in my driveway. There seems to be an endless supply of wood chips, and I would think that pretty much no matter where you live in the United States, you're probably going to be able to find wood chips pretty easily, and you're probably not going to have to pay for them. So when you're running any kind of a business, if you can keep your input costs down, especially to zero, you're way ahead of the game. So wood chips are perfect for that because we don't have to pay for them, you know? The second thing about wood chips that I really like, they absorb the other components to our compost, all right? So we feed worms compost, and our compost is made up of wood chips, green grass, leaves, and expired fruits and vegetables that we get from a grocery store. And so we usually take the fruits and vegetables and actually run them through a wood chipper. That turns them into a slush. We throw the slush in with the wood chips and just sort of mix it up. And usually within days, or at most maybe a week or two, all the remnants of the fruits and vegetables are completely dissolved into the wood chips. The microorganisms break it down very quickly when it's in that slush form. If you just throw fruits and vegetables whole into the wood chip pile, it's going to take a little bit longer to break down, but it still will break down. But I recommend using that wood chipper. You got to clean your wood chipper when you're done, of course, because you don't want to have the fruits and vegetables sticking to the inside of your wood chipper. That's going to make it rust. But from our perspective, you throw those fruits and vegetables into a wood chipper, you add the slush to the wood chip pile, and that makes a really, really great compost. And so the way that we do things here, we kind of start off with the newer wood chips on one end of our pile, and we use our tractor to slowly sort of push it down a row. And as the wood chips age, they start breaking down and decomposing. And after we've aged them for a couple of months, we put them through a screen. Now, I actually had a screen welded together, and if you want to come over here, I'll show you what we had. We hired a local welding company to make this, and this screen, it sort of worked, you know, but the idea was that we wanted to be able to take the tractor and just dump the wood chips on the screen, and we were hoping that the smaller pieces would fall through the screen, and that's what we were going to feed the worms. But what we found out is that it takes a little bit more than that. You know, we actually had to have one of our workers stand out here with a shovel and sort of rake the wood chips through the screen. And that was the only way that we could get a decent amount of screen material. And to be perfectly honest with you, that is just not economical. So we have ordered a vibrating compost sifter that should be here within the next, I don't know, 10 days or so. And once it gets here, I'm definitely going to make a video review and let you know how it works. But we're extremely optimistic that once we get that vibrating sifter, we're going to be able to make a ton of compost very easily, and it's not going to be labor intensive. So that's about it, really. You know, if anyone has any comments or any questions, I would love to hear, especially if anybody knows anything about fungus, because one of the things I'm trying to do here is I'm trying to add as much saprophytic fungus to my wood chip pile as I can. And that's different than mycorrhizal fungus. You might hear some sirens in the background, I'm sorry about that. But yeah, if anybody has any expertise in fungus and can tell me how to add more saprophytic fungus to my wood chip pile, I would love to hear what you have to say about that, because that's one of the things we're trying to do here, is make a compost that's very rich in fungus. Therefore, our worm castings would be rich in fungus. But that's about it for now. Hopefully, we'll be posting a new video within a couple days or a week. Please subscribe, add some comments, add some questions, and we will definitely respond. So have a great day, everybody. Take care.